Hey everyone, it's Kino here. Thanks so much for tuning in to this Yoga for Flexibility class. We're going to focus today on spinal flexibility, both through twists and backbending. And this is a request from you. So many people really ask me how to get flexible. Like, what's the magic secret to that? Well, there's no magic secret. There's no, one-stop shop that's going to get you all your flexibility. There's really just years of practice, perseverance with good technique. No force, no fight, patience, acceptance, surrender, and you'll get there. So have faith and keep practicing. Let's get started. Come to a comfortable seated position. Close your eyes. Bring your hands together. A nice long deep inhale. And as you exhale, gently rest your hands down to any comfortable position. Be aware of the quality of your breath. Notice your breath. Tune into the sensations in your body. Notice how your body feels. Tune into the quality of your mind and your emotions as we begin this journey together. Then a nice long deep inhale. And as you exhale, softly open the eyes. Good. Inhale, lift the spine up out of the pelvis. We're going to begin with just a nice, easy spinal twist. Exhale, twist over to the right side, and you begin mobilizing the spine, nice and easy. Stay with your breath. Just a few breaths, and really just notice the places of stuckness in the body, the places where you feel that your spine is moving. Don't force, just be aware. Inhale, back to the center. Now we try the other side. Inhale, long, deep breath in. Exhale, it's easy. Move on over to the other side. Spiral through that center line and just feel the places of resistance as you notice the epicenters of twisting through the body. Then inhale, come on back into the center. Good. Now we're going to do a side lean, which will help release your lower back muscles. So inhale, long, deep breath in. Exhale, let's lean over to the side. Nice and easy, right hand over. Inhale, lift the left arm. That's it, just like that. We'll stay for a couple breaths and just again, notice the restriction. Do you find this easy for you or do you find this difficult? Is there tightness in the body, openness in the body? What do you feel? Good. Inhale, come on back into the center. Let's pop on over to the other side. Long, deep breath in. Exhale, easy, reach it over. Then lift along the center line. Nice and easy. Gazing up towards the right hand or just anywhere that's comfortable for you. Then allow yourself to just lean gently over. Again, notice the places of tightness and restriction. Inhale, come on back into the center. Now for the next movement, I'm going to turn over to the side so you can really see what's happening in the spine. We're going to roll through the spine just as you would normally do in cat and cow. We'll do it from a seated position just so you can really feel all the different positions of the spine. Exhale as you round the back and tuck the tailbone. Inhale as you lift the spine up out of the pelvis and lean gently forward. Exhale, roll back as you tuck the tailbone, pulling it under. Inhale as you roll forward. Feel each joint of the spine. Exhale as you tuck the tailbone and lean back. Inhale as you lean forward, extending the spine. Back to the center. Shake that out for a moment. Now let's pop on over onto the hands and knees. I'm just going to pop my hair up right now. Now, here we go. Stay for a moment on your hands and knees, and I want you to explore a couple of different positions. First, let's get comfortable on the hands. Make sure your hands feel good on the ground. No tightness in the wrists. If there is, you can just kind of pivot a little forward and back. Then, let's see if we can go side to side. So you're going to draw your left hip to the left rib cage. Then switch the sides. Right hip to the right rib cage. And this lateral motion of the spine helps release the low back muscles. Other side. Give it a little reach. other side. Let's do one more little set. Moving over in a nice little side lean. Other side. Very good. Back to the center. Let's roll through cat and cow. Inhale as you extend the spine. Deep breath in. Exhale, round. Tuck it under. Inhale, extend. Deep breath in. Exhale, round. Pull it under. Inhale, extend. Deep breath in. Exhale, round. Draw it under. Back to neutral. Puppy pose, one of the most wonderful positions to work on connection of your shoulder flexibility into your back bend. Walk your hands a little bit forward and draw the shoulder blades down the back. Then send the hips back and up. To work puppy pose, in the beginning, you're going to aim your forehead to the ground. Come onto your fingertips. And again, work your spinal flexibility so you can release. We put the forehead on the ground first to make sure there's no pressure on the back of the neck. Instead, try to distribute your movement through the chest, your movement through each joint of the spine. Very good. And then if you want to deepen your puppy pose, if you're feeling like you're ready to go for a more advanced version, you can pick your head gently up, slide your hands a little more forward until your chest, not your chin, but your chest makes contact with the ground. And we'll hold that for a couple more breaths. If you're feeling any strain in your neck, please change position back to placing your forehead down. We'll hold this for a few more breaths. Nice and easy. Almost there. That's good. Inhale, lift the head up. Let's walk it on back to your tabletop position. Now we'll add in thread the needle to make sure that the whole spine is really with us today. Let's do the left hand first. Inhale, lift the left arm up and explore your thoracic flexibility. Exhale, slide the left hand under and extend the right arm. Make sure that your right shoulder is rolling away from the spine and the head relaxes. Allow yourself to explore your spinal flexibility through the twist. We'll hold for a few breaths, nice and easy. No force, no fight, just allow yourself to breathe. One more breath. That's good. Walk your right hand back. Inhale, come back up to your tabletop position. Stabilize here for a moment. Press into the left hand. Inhale, lift the right arm up. Exhale, thread the needle under, right side, and extend the left arm. And we'll just stay here for a few breaths, keeping the mind nice and calm. Easy does it. Notice the points of resistance and just kind of be with them. We so often, as soon as you feel any sort of tightness, we immediately go into fix-it mode. See if you can drop the fix-it mode and instead practice acceptance. There's the tightness. Here's my restriction. Let me just hold it in a warm embrace of acceptance. Recognize that pushing won't make it better. Instead, just work with intelligence and trust. When your body's ready to open, it will open. And in the meanwhile, even if you don't feel like you're doing a super deep version of the posture, you're still benefiting spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally. All right, let's come on out. Inhale, come on out. Good job. And back to your tabletop position. Let's come on up to downward facing dog. Rolling the shoulder blades away from the spine. Inhale, come on up to downward facing dog. 5 breaths in your downward dog. 1, nice and easy. 2, sending the hips back and up. 3, 4, almost there. 5, all right, let's sink the knees down. And now we're gonna add in a hip extension to really help you feel how your spine is connected to the work of the hips and the legs. So let's extend your right leg back and then open the front of the hip. Make sure you keep the leg straight and allow your spinal arch to be expressed. You can gaze down the bridge of the nose, slightly forward, and we'll hold it for 5 breaths. 1. Hip extension means that you're reaching from your psoas, allowing the front of the hip to open. Hip extension is what gets your pelvis moving forwards. Just hold it nice and easy. All right, let's put it down, around the back. Good job. Extend the spine. Let's try the other side. Point the left toes and then back and up. Very good. 1. Don't overdo it. No competition. Just be here as you are. 3. Almost there. Take it easy. Feel where the tightness is. Just embrace it. 4. And 5. Pop it down. Round your back. Nice and easy. Back to neutral, tabletop position. Let's walk the knees back. Return to puppy pose. It's always good to just come back again and see if you can glide either your chest or your forehead to the ground. This version of puppy pose, especially with the head up, gives you so much flexibility in your upper spine. And having your shoulders well aligned also makes sure you can breathe comfortably and deeply in back bends. This time we're going to come down onto the belly, so press into your elbows and just lie all the way down. Now we got our Cobra Pose, sometimes also called Sphinx Pose, depends on which yoga tradition you're in. As long as you're doing the same posture, we're good to go. Elbows a little forward from the shoulders. You're going to root down into the elbows, lift the kneecaps. We'll hold for 5 breaths. So now, rather than gravity pushing you down into the joints of the upper spine, you're using your muscles to lift up away from gravity. And that's nice and easy. And we'll hold it for a couple breaths. All is well. Don't overdo it. Watch your neck. So we're working on the sort of middle back flexibility here. We're going to add in a very gentle twist. So just walk your hands a little back and come slightly up, not all the way up so the elbows are straight, just a little up. And I want you to look over to the right side, back to the center, over to the left side, back to the center, root the elbows back down, just to make sure there's space around the lower back. Very good. Soften for a moment. Walk your hands back. We're going to come up to upward facing dog. Roll the shoulder blades down the back and inhale. Lift the center of the chest up. We got upward facing. Soften the butt muscles. Exhale, push it on back to downward facing. Now we're going to step forward to a lunge. So inhale, step your right foot forward. Point that left knee on the ground. There's so much we can do in a lunging position that can help both back bends and twists. You're going to stay for a moment here. Keep it nice and easy. And just notice how rooting down into the left leg naturally releases the front of the hip. We're going to go for a few different hand positions. Draw the navel in and you lift, as you lift the rib cage up, dangling your arms behind you. Interlock the fingers and chest moves up and forward, and we'll hold for a few breaths. Nice and easy, keep breathing, don't overdo it. And that's good. Now we're gonna add in the arms. I know your left leg is getting kind of fiery, that's all right. Just stay here for a few more breaths, you can do it. Inhale, extend the arms upward and check your shoulder rotation. So the elbows spiral towards the head, which is paradoxically external rotation of the shoulders. Interlock your fingers, and if you can, squeeze the elbows together behind your head. If not, just draw the elbows towards your head. And then, inhale, lift up the spine, and as you exhale, gently lean back. And we'll just gaze up for a few breaths. Lifting and reaching, lifting and reaching. Give me one more breath. Good. Inhale, we'll come up. Exhale, let's take the hands down. Curl your left toes under. Inhale, back to plank. Find your plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Deep breath in. Exhale, downward facing. Now we're going to do the other side. All right? Inhale, step that left foot forward. And drop the right knee down. You're going to point the toes. You want to be sure you're not too much forward, so you're not on the kneecaps. So you're really going to open the front of the right hip. How you doing? My right side's always tighter, and remember, you want to, on that tighter side, just really send it some love. If you want to take your hands to your heart center for a moment and just talk to that tighter side, you know, I love you, I accept you, it's all good. I don't need you to be open, I need you to do crazy circus tricks in order for me to love you, my dear body. You're good just as you are. Start off with that basis of acceptance, and then all is possible. Hands down. Lift the rib cage up out of the pelvis, interlock fingers, shoulders roll forward. Stay for a moment. And this is just how you test out the strength of the spine. Stay for a few more breaths. That's good. Keep the length and inhale, reach the arms up, even getting a little bit more length and spaciousness. Then interlocking your fingers, drawing the elbows towards each other behind your head. Inhale, lift the spine, and exhale, gently reach back. Hold for a few breaths as the spine lifts up and out of the pelvis. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale, lift it on back up. Exhale, hands to the ground. Inhale, come on back to plank pose. Find your plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Deep breath in. Exhale, downward facing. Come on back. Now let's sink down onto the knees and work some kneeling back bends. Right? Ustrasana position, the Camel Pose, one of our most accessible back bends in the practice. Make sure your knees are hips width apart or a little on the wide edge of the hips width apart. Soften the butt muscles. Then, from your iliac crest, you're going to send the pelvis forward. And as soon as you do that, there's this kind of feeling in the body that wants to drop down. Don't let that happen. You're going to send the pelvis forward, activating pelvic floor. Then inhale, lift the center of the chest up. So get that same spaciousness between the ribs and the hips. So we lift up. Now we're going to repeat the same hand position as we started off in the lunge. Root down through the knees, pelvis forward, interlock fingers. Then you can explore how much space you can create. No need to drop the head back yet. If this is comfortable for you, then reach your hands back, perhaps fingertips on the heels of the hands or heels of the hands on the feet. And we have Ustrasana position. The Camel Pose. Make sure in the Camel Pose that you're pushing your pelvis forward and you're rolling the shoulders forward. All right, after a few breaths here, let's prepare to come up. Activate the muscles of the back and inhale as rise it on up. Make sure you keep that space, don't let it go. Walk your knees together and then exhale, we're just gonna kneel down for a moment. Concentrate the mind and just let the back muscles kind of naturally unwind. Good. Okay, let's inhale, come back up. And now we're gonna prepare for this really difficult back bend called Kapotasana. I don't know if we're gonna do it today, but I wanna make sure you understand how to work this posture, okay? One of the biggest mistakes people make with Kapotasana, which is a pigeon pose, is that they reach back and just go straight down to the floor. Bypass really what the work of the posture is. This is a back bend that relies on both strength and flexibility. So let's see if we can put all those pieces together. All right. Your hips on the outer edge of the pelvis. All right. Line up with the knees. Thigh bones roll inward. Find pelvic floor. Then inhale. Lift the ribs up and just kind of get that feeling like the spine is a fountain that seems to bubble up, forward, out through the center of the chest, so that there's this energy that rises up the spine. Now that is actually the magic of backbending, the energy that rises up the spine. So if you feel nothing more than that, it could be working enough. And this is why sometimes you get a little headache or a little dizzy after backbends. The energy goes up the spine, almost ecstatic. Okay. Hands in prayer position, and then your goal is to push the pelvis so much forward so we have this kind of counterbalance. The hips go forward and the head drops back. And your back muscles engage to hold that space. Then, if this feels good, you want to send the pelvis more forward to extend the arms out. Now there's pressure on the back, so you need to engage the back muscles to lift up. Then, after you stay for a couple of breaths, you can look back. And if you see your feet, it's highly likely that you can reach them. But don't flip the elbows out. Keep the elbows in and in. As you start to go back, you could take your fingertips only to the ground. Make sure to not dump your weight onto the ground. Then, if you need to come out, feel welcome to come out. You could just touch your fingertips and come up. But if you want to work to hold on to your heels, you got to crawl your fingers, hold on to one heel, crawl on the outside, hold on to one heel, Draw the elbows in, and then exhale, come on down. So this is probably too advanced for many people, but no worries. Remember what I said at the beginning. You're just working to the depth that's accessible for you. Let's talk about how to come out. Push the pelvis forward, hands on the ground. Stay for a moment here, stabilize. Then your hips move forward, your pelvis, your chest, your head, hands return to prayer. Draw the knees in, folding at the hip creases, and then exhale, gently come down, knees together. In child's pose here to make sure your spine can fully release. Relax the shoulders forward. Nice and easy. Stay with the breath. Let's go for one more breath. Very good. Inhale, let's lift the head up and exhale, place your hands down. Just feel the energy coursing through your body. No matter what depth you reach in the posture, that energy is what the magic is all about. All right, let's step it on back to plank. Hold your plank for a moment. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, deep breath. Exhale, downward facing. Come on back. Now let's sink the knees down. I want you to cross your feet. Straighten your legs. It always feels a little sticky to do the forward fold after back bend, so give it a little bit of time. Long, deep breath in. Pivot from the hip joints, little down. You can straighten the arms for a moment and just gentle rock from side to side. When you can hold on to your big toes, inhale, again, straighten the arms. And exhale, fold. Relax your back muscles. Shoulder blades down the back, deep breaths. Nice and easy. Feel that inner heat, the fire really getting turned on. And integrate it now. As you move into the forward bend, integrate. Then let's straighten the arms, long deep breath in. Exhale, take your hands gently down. Now we're going to do one little spinal twist. Fold the right leg over the left and make sure the knees are aligned along the center line. Let's move into this in a nice easy twist. First, just hug the knee, keeping the spine sort of center line orientation, and then just gentle twists. And this will help you with your thoracic spine. But if you want to go a little deeper in your twist, let's add in a little extra element where you can roll your chest a little bit more on the outside, all right? Stay here feeling, breathing for a moment. And you're welcome to bend your left knee around if you want to fold a little bit in. Sometimes this can give the pelvis just a little more stability, but that only works if you can comfortably fold that left knee, all right? Inhale, let's come on back to the center. Exhale, let's straighten the legs. Switch the sides. Fold the left knee over. All right, left leg over the right knee. Hug the left knee. Start off with this twist that's located primarily in the thoracic spine, keeping your spine aligned along the central axis. Gently twist. You can stay there for a moment, and then you can explore if you want to add in a little bit of a side lean, so you can really release the muscles of the QL, the low back muscles. Don't overdo it. If it feels right for you, you can fold that right knee under and continue working. We're almost there. Let's go for one more breath here. And as you exhale, let's come on back into the center. Cross your feet underneath you, roll over the shin bones, and let's step it on back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, long, deep breath in. Exhale, downward facing. Let's hang out in down dog for 5 breaths. Just give the nervous system a chance to settle. 1, 2, 3. Nice and easy. 4. And 5. Exhale, let's sink the knees down. Cross the feet. And as you cross the feet, return to seated. We're going to move through the traditional last 3 poses of the Ashtanga traditions. We're going to hold the elbows behind the back and then exhale, fold forward, top of the head towards the ground. Long deep breath in, long deep breath out. If it's comfortable for you, you can reach your chin towards the ground, but again, no pressure in the back of the neck. And gaze towards the eyebrow center. Let's go for one more breath here. Inhale, come on all the way back up. Turn the palms open, tips of the index fingers. Long deep breath in, long deep breath out. 1. 2, steady breathing. 3. 4. 5. All right, now let's pick it up. You can cross your feet, taking the hands on the ground, and we can do this in 2 ways, either with the feet on the ground or with the hips up. So let's give it a shot. Lean your shoulders forward, press into the ground. 1. Maybe you can get fully off the ground. 2. Maybe not, it's okay. You can just keep working like this. 3. Almost there. Find out what's possible. Maybe up for a moment. 4. And 5, exhale, come on down. Stretch out your legs. Roll the shoulder blades down the back. And then exhale, easy lie down. Let's take a little rest. Roll your neck a little from side to side. Feel the shoulders underneath you. Let your breath return to neutral, and be aware of the subtle vibration within you, the vibration underneath your skin, the steady flow of your life force within you. After a few moments of rest, deep inner awareness, bring your mind back to the sensation in your body, and the feeling of your breath, the quality of your mind and your emotions, and notice the subtle shift, how that's changed through the practice today. Then allow yourself a long, deep inhale. As you exhale, move your fingers, toes, hands and feet. Let's bend the knees and the elbows. And draw the knees up into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Roll over onto your side. And take a moment there to just soften. And then inhale, come on up to a comfortable seated position, your eyes closed. Attention at your heart center. You could bring your hands in prayer position. Plant the seeds of loving kindness towards yourself. Feel your heart opening towards yourself with kindness, with love, with forgiveness, and towards all beings. May all beings, including myself, may all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be filled with love. As you exhale, softly open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me on this practice. May you be happy, may you be peaceful, may you be filled with love. Namaste.